Hey, it's Sick Kieran on the bad mic. I'm sitting here with fucking Charles Dickens ass disease. And with Easter and everything, there isn't really a main episode this week. I'm sorry about that. But what we're going to do is we're going to unlock an episode from the Patreon, which is a good time to plug the Patreon. We actually don't plug it like ever, which is a bad business decision. Patreon.com/corner Späti. So you should go there. It's linked on our website as well, operationglad.io, and you can get all. We do an extra episode a week. Rob does some movie reviews behind the paywall. We've done we're doing our mini series about Operation Gladio behind the paywall with Pod Down America. We have around Christmas and New Year's last year, we played through Cyberpunk 2020, the tabletop role-playing game in the fictional city of Lux City. It was all very European, as we do on the show. And this is actually a first episode of what has become a bit of a recurring series called Bosnians Built the Pyramids, which is a series where usually one of our comedian friends comes on and we talk about absolute nonsense for half an hour. It's fun, it's just vibes, and just kind of like a bit of a hangout session, and it's something that will hopefully like cheer you up for this Easter Monday. So you can sit and think about how Jesus died for your sins. I'm so tired and in a lot of pain. Anyway, we have some other announcements as well. We will do a couple of live streams, important ones. Second round of the French elections on the 24th of March. This month. It's not March. 24th of April. Sunday, 24th of April, we will do the results of the second round of the French election at twitch.tv/corner Späti. So that's something. It will probably not be fun. And then on Saturday, 14th of May, the Eurovision final will be happening, and we will be doing our annual Corner Späti Girovision on twitch.tv/corner Späti, where we do commentary on the series Eurovision. Be a lot of fun. We might even do a live show in Berlin as well as streaming that. So check that out. Also, recurring guest and show favorite Josie Parkinson has an announcement. So I'm going to cut to Josie now from the past.
Hello, Josie Parkinson here. I have a show to plug before the episode you're about to enjoy. The show is called Josie Parkinson is Not a Sex Robot Anymore. It means what it says, baby, and says what it means. It's an hour-long work-in-progress show. It's 8 p.m. on April 30th, 2022 at the Comedy Cafe Berlin. You can get tickets on the Comedy Cafe Berlin website, or you can just go to my social media, which is This is Josie Parkinson on Instagram. My name is Josie Parkinson, did I mention? Please come. Otherwise, it will just be my parents and my dad's boss banked. So I would really love to see you there. Okay, love you. Bye.
We're on time.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Crunch.
All right, I've got something that I kind of remembered. So I got really into like conspiracies that existed in like the early 2000s, and one of them was the Planet X conspiracy. Oh, okay. Fun fact: History Channel made like a fuck ton of documentaries about 2012 and how the world was going to end.
Yeah.
And then they've scrubbed all of them from existence. They're just like, History Channel is now like an on-demand service, and you just like type in anything 2012 or Nostradamus, because they also did a lot of shit about Nostradamus. Gone, completely erased from history. They never did it, including another series that they've also considered slightly problematic and embarrassing, but was quite famous at the time, which was Hunting Hitler.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, of course.
Which sounds great.
They realized, though, that their main audience would be like, why would you hunt Hitler? Like,
oh, no, I'll get into that, because like everyone involved is like really into like Nazi shit. Like there's a bit where they discover in like Argentina like a Nazi coin, like a coin with a swastika on it and the eagle and all that. And they're all like, oh. And then it would just like cut to like the talking head camera, and they'd be like, "It's so majestic." Just seeing it here in Argentina is like, okay, cool. I love that you're saying this. And like,
so you mean to tell me that then that the people who work for the history, or that the experts at the History Channel have come on, are just that one guy from Father Ted who just has his entire...
Would have anything from the Allies now, Father? No, I wouldn't be interested in any of that now. Yeah, so like there's a bit of that going on, but like that was the first criticism of the History Channel, was like its first nickname before like even the Ancient Alien stuff popped off was like the Hitler Channel, because it was just like all World War II stuff.
Yeah.
I've talked about the concept of dad history before, of just like American Civil War, Roman Empire, World War II. It's the only thing you're allowed like talk about. But the greatest thing that I remember from happening in hunting Hitler was one of the big breakthroughs they had is while in Argentina, Chile. This Chilean man was like, my dad helped Nazis get out of Nazi Germany and hide them in South America, which is like, yeah, sure, that happened. That's very believable. And then he claims he also helped Hitler. And I have a photo. And I want to show you a photo of old Hitler. All right. So,
Old Hitler.
Yeah. All right. When you see that, take a look at him. You can describe if you want.
He just looks like
okay. He looks like what's his name?
He looks Italian to me.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. All right, but like okay. First of all, when they saw this, it was printed out and it was black and white, and they were like, "Wow!" They go to like a CIA contractor lab and do like facial reconstruction stuff of like they map Hitler's face from all the photos they have of Hitler to like the angle this guy's in. Right? And it's the whole episode, and they're all like, whoa, this is great. And it wasn't until 5 years later that people pointed out by watching this again, that was just a picture of Mo Howard from the Three Stooges. He was like older. So props to that Chilean guy who was like, yeah, there's a documentary crew in my house. I'm just going to give him a picture of Mo Howard.
That's amazing. Oh my God. Wow. I wish that I could troll the History Channel.
Yeah, right? But
because during like the beginning of Corona, I like binge watched all the Ancient Aliens episodes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, what a problematic show! It's like not even fun.
Oh yeah. Like a lot, yeah.
said Nick on episode 37. It's not even fun.
Oh fuck! I'm like 7 hours into this. Okay, so
they only had one season of it, so
on Netflix, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the fun thing that people I don't think realize with Ancient Aliens is they're still making it. And it's still like the same guys, including it's
late classical aliens now.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going through it chronologically. Yeah, they're like, fucking, Beethoven, alien. Just like, yeah, but like, I think people have pointed out a million times that like that show was just like a weird manifestation of racism, because it was just like everything that the global south accomplished historically, it couldn't have been them. It was aliens. Aliens helped them build the like ziggurat or the Easter Island heads, because but then like I was also trying to figure out what the point of like the Hitler survived conspiracy stuff is, and it's like very much anti-communism, because Hitler's body was found by the Soviets, and everyone was just like, "Oh, we can't trust them. They must." Well,
because the Soviet Union didn't disclose that they had physically had his body until 20 years or 30 years after World War II.
Yeah.
What did they do with it?
They kept it in Moscow. Still there.
What? Yeah, you can still see. So one of the things the documentary really harps on,
there's the Lenin mausoleum and the Hitler mausoleum, and you put a penny on what side you support.
It's like one of those cigarette smoking things of those like, do you prefer cats or dogs? You put the cigarette butt into one or the other. It's the tone is shifting. So one of the big things that Hunting Hitler documentary really goes on about is the two pieces of evidence they have of Hitler dying. The first was recently proven not to be Hitler in 2009. Which was they had a part of the skull with a bullet hole through it. And they then did DNA evidence, and it turns out that's Ava Braun. They were like, it's a woman in her 30s, this is probably Ava Braun. And then the documentary completely ignores the other piece of evidence they have, which is a jaw. They have Hitler's jaw, which has all of his various fillings and stuff. And they're just like, yeah, it's Hitler.
Hitler's grill.
Yeah. So the whole documentary is just like, all right, so check this out. Red Army coming in, my boy chops off his lower jaw, and then through an elaborate series of tunnels makes his way to Tempelhof. God, yeah. But it's good that you bring up the ancient alien stuff, because that led me down the other rabbit hole of like conspiracies. I remember reading on like, I kid you not, like basic HTML pages that were like teal in color with red text on it and would like autoplay like a MIDI of, I don't know, Real Slim Shady or something like that. I forgot about the whole Bosnian Hotep thing. Does anyone know about like the Bosnians built the pyramids conspiracy?
Not at all.
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
How would any of us know about the Bosnian Hotep conspiracy theory? But yes, Ciarán, go on. Tell us about the Bosnian
Let's
Hotep.
go. Let's fucking go. All right.
Oh god.
So the premise of all this, I got like really into like when I was young, I got into X-Files and like conspiracy theories, and I wanted to look up all the stuff that they like, you know, where they got their sources from, because they just like took shit from like real conspiracies. And one conspiracy was this Planet X thing, which is that there is a planet that for whatever reason we can't detect in our solar system that's on like a weird orbit, and whenever it passes Earth, aliens come down and fuck shit up. And this has happened to various points, and this links in together like, oh, they came and they, you know, they built all the shit for the Mayans because they couldn't have done that themselves, blah, blah, blah. And like, that is actually from like a weird cult in the 70s that was actually a parody cult made by a bunch of art students called the cult of Bobson Dobb, which was they took a middle manager from like the 50s who didn't exist, who had like a mental episode, and then said all of his writings were prophetic, and they like made up this whole thing about Planet X. But then in like the early 2000s, some people started believing it, and they connected it to 2012. Anyway, and that was all linked to like aliens built shit kind of stuff. Fast forward to like mid 2000s, and we get a guy who an American Bosnian who now lives in Austin, Texas, but you know he's from the Yugoslav.
All of these things lining up are perfect.
I know, right?
An American Bosnian who lives in Austin, Texas. Go off, King.
Cowboy hat.
Hell yeah. Not a cowboy hat.
It's what I'd imagine a Bosnian thinks is a cowboy hat. I guess, yeah, it's a Dr. Grant from the first Jurassic Park kind of hat, right?
Sure.
Because he reckons himself an archaeologist. He has a degree in social studies. He is not an archaeologist by any stretch of the imagination. But this is you know, his Bosnian name is Semir Osmagovic, and in America, he's known as San Osmagovic. Sam is the sole creator and proprietor and financier of the Bosnian Pyramids conspiracy.
LLC?
Almost. Okay,
is that
so
a
like,
GmbH?
it's like dug out via, it's like all the volunteer force, the entire workforce is volunteer. The town and the government doesn't want to do anything with it because it's driving so much weird, like, new age tourism to this, like, very small town called Visoka in, like, central Bosnia and Herzegovina, like, the exact center of it, basically. And they're, like, very welcoming of it because they were, like, the front line in a couple of, like, the Yugoslav wars, and, like, their town was destroyed. But basically, there's a bunch of, like, what is referred to as Ironside Hills, which are hills that due to rock formations get very like neat, smooth, like flat surfaces on either end. And he is convinced that that is actually Bosnian pyramids that have been grown over by various things, right? And that kind of seems kind of reasonable, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's possible. It would mean that they're the biggest pyramids in the world. They're bigger than Giza. If that was like a pyramid covered in trees rather than like a hill. Well, a mountain. I'm going to say mountain. Then... yeah, and that all seems very reasonable, and like channels like TRT, like, you know, respectable Turkish television, have like covered this and be like, oh, there's questions, so this is kind of interesting and stuff. What they're completely not talking about is all the other stuff he thinks that happens there, which is he found, quote unquote, a bunch of tunnels. There's accusations that he used a bunch of like free labor hippie moms to dig the tunnels for him. He found them, and because he can't get phone reception there, he claims that this tunnel protects you from all the bad energies.
Hell yeah, King.
And like,
is this the guy who also thinks, or maybe he's a Serbian guy who thinks he's being bullied by aliens?
Wait.
We'll get to this because boy, oh boy. So that's the beginning of it. And a lot of people travel to these pyramids to get like healed and stuff. And a lot of people,
hell yeah. Oh, so they're like Sedona vortex power.
Exactly.
That's fucking cool.
A lot of people come out being interviewed by Turkish television being like, yeah, I just, I feel
Vortex was Kurdish and I hated it.
I just feel so much better and like things are nice and are good and I feel so much energetic. And they have to say you have to visit it 3 times to feel it. And I'm like, that's convenient. What's the entrance fee? Because there is one.
3 easy payments.
€200, only euro. Oh no, they use the euro, don't they? Anyway.
Sedona Crystal moms built the pyramids. Just wanted to get that.
That I would believe that.
Now you see, the town and local politicians are very happy to go along with the idea because it drives tourism. And they're like, yeah, Bosnians built this. However, if you talk to Sam Osmagovic, ourselves, you will find out he's like, no, bullshit. You couldn't have done it. Backwards people. I'm also Bosnian, but whatever. And he's very...
I have a hat, though. I'm a hat Bosnian.
I'm king now.
You scum.
Yeah. But he lives in Austin, Texas. He's left the Balkan summer behind. He will, if you get him to go on long enough, does believe that aliens built it.
Smart, yeah, of course. What else? Yeah.
Because he's like convinced that like you couldn't have done this. He found a bunch of like sedimentary rock that he says is like man-made, but also not man-made because aliens made it. It couldn't have been natural, and everyone's just like, that's just a type of rock. Yeah, so like this is kind of what he's doing. He other things that he thinks is like the Mayans were all aliens. There was no such thing as the Mayans. Other things, he believed Hitler, this is how it's linked because this is where he showed up first. He believes that Hitler lived and escaped via Antarctica. So
of course, smart.
So he's featured in both Ancient Aliens and Hunting Hitler. They just, cycle.
Hell yeah.
You're on the studio one day. It's like when Drake Bell shows up in iCarly.
No, not your iCarly bullshit.
Yes! And yeah, it's just genuinely kind of maddening because the entire archaeological community is just screaming at this man because one of the things that he is doing while he's there is like sabotaging actual archaeological ruins nearby, which is a lot. There's like ancient Slavic stuff, there's Roman stuff, and he's just like taking a chunk out of it and then like planting it on one of the like supposed 5 pyramids of these 5 different mountains that he all claims are pyramids and saying, look, I found rocks.
Speaking of the archaeological community, just to clarify, they're probably just mountains, right? I mean,
they're mountains. They're 100% mountains.
But I love the fact that the pyramids are, really built man-made structures.
Yeah.
And then the conspiracy is like, oh no, it couldn't have been slaves. It must have been the aliens. And you just transpose that debate onto just geological sound mountains.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, they're yelling at each other a lot. So that one of them must be right. It has to be one of these 2 options.
And in preparation for this, I was like, there's gotta be like some sort of like stupid Thunderfoot, amazing atheists kind of like Richard Dawkins-esque YouTube atheist who like debunks this, who was obnoxious and problematic for, sexism reasons, but will probably be right about this. There's nothing. There's no video essays about this other than like several English guys just being like, here's what the European Archaeological Society's not telling you, mate. It's a pyramid. It's like, why would anyone cover this up? This would be a huge discovery. What is there to be gained? And then of course, what is to be gained is healing powers, man. The healing, like you could solve all the world's problems. And then it's like a semi-woke position on like the AIDS crisis and then just like COVID denial just all wrapped.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's go.
So yeah, the Bosnians built the pyramids.
I love that.
I love local man bemoans the lack of video essays on topic.
It's here, like no one is tackling this, and like not even within the government. They're just like letting this guy run rampant because he's just revitalized the entire economy of this town.
You know what? It's what happens when you're not a member of the European Union, when there's no regulation. All right? You can do your dodgy alien pyramid theme park.
Yeah, we can't. We have no we have no a means to rein in our amateurish, like Indiana Jonesovich kind of like figures.
Yeah. So I don't think he doesn't sound like he's the same guy then that I'm thinking of, because there's another Balkan man.
He believes there's another continent somewhere in the Pacific called Lemuria. He also believes in like crystal skulls, which were like historically all forgeries.
As in, like as in, how does he believe in crystal skulls?
Like
there are magical crystal skulls, or like the ones.
Well, either one's false. The crystal skull came from like this
The Indiana Jones movie that was really bad. Yes.
That was based off.
I thought that
like
art guy made it.
A bunch of forgeries that were made. Like a guy went to like Central America and then came back with something he claimed was an artifact, and then was like totally just like made recently. And
there was
the receipts.
That's the thing that was funny too. Of like, God, fucking speaking of ancient aliens again, there was this case of this. It's always like
again, we've been doing that the entire time.
Yeah,
the Bosnians are aliens.
Exactly. No, there was this one case of this like I don't know if he was like a Spanish or Italian missionary who was in like South America. And then he's like, "Oh yes, the locals gave me these tablets." And there's an Ancient Aliens episode on this guy. And then when you research it, you found out that he just stole shit from them the entire time. He just kept stealing artifacts and didn't like speak their language or whatever. It was like, "Oh yeah, no, they love me. They gifted me shit, this and that and that." And then when you research for 3 seconds, it's like he just kept like ransacking all their shit and was just like, "Oh my God, they love me."
There's like wanted posters everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the guy I was thinking of apparently I think he's Serbian, claims that then because his house has been hit by like 6 meteorites that aliens are bullying him. And because it's
that
too
is very
frequent,
unlikely.
Yeah, the fact that it's
6
far
times?
too frequent, like he's I think the Serbian government has actually looked into why it is so infrequent, and there's no reason. I think it's just like
your house is built of magnets.
It's like when you get 1,000 signatures, the White House has to look at your petition. If you complain 1,000 times,
That's
they have
what
to do
democracy
something about
will
it.
become. Like to host a referendum, you're like your property has to be hit by 12 meteorites.
But yeah.
Thanks, Kieran. Kieran's going to eat his pad thai now.
Oh, so that's I still don't know how this works. So I didn't know if there was going to be a warm up to your vibe, Kieran, today.
Yeah, we haven't even.
We're on a tight schedule
yet.
today. Josie's here.
Yeah,
Josie
hi.
Parkinson.
Thank you.
the one and only. We got nothing to talk about. We're just hanging out before we go watch a movie.
Yeah, Kieran's gonna give you an audio journey through his pad thai.
It's really good, and it's so cheap, and they make it so quickly.
Where did you get it at?
Tamiyaki, baby.
The place at the S-Bahn station?
At Frankfurt Alley, yeah. It's so good.
All right, I gotta try that out.
It's pretty good. I don't know. What else can we talk about?
Well, Josie is our Brexit correspondent, so we could check in.
Yeah, what's happening in the UK?
I think Brexit happened, didn't it?
What's going on with Brexit? Are we getting it done?
It's all done, all over, all fine. I hear it's going great. I haven't.
Didn't Boris have a speech recently where he talked about how great Peppa Pig was, Peppa Pig Land, and also made car noises?
I think that's actually how.
Yeah.
The only thread the United Kingdom is like hanging on right now is just everybody loves Peppa Pig.
But this is the thing in the US where the
nothing on Bluey. As a recent father, the Australian cartoon Bluey blows fucking your Peppa Pig out of the water.
What is fucking going on? Because the CPAC was like, Elmo is not invited this year. Yes. Everyone's talking about cartoons.
Which, I've seen Recent Sesame Street.
It was Big Bird, Bert, and Ernie. That's who wasn't
they
invited.
gentrified fucking Sesame Street. The PBS sold it to HBO.
That's just accurate.
I mean,
gotta keep up with the times.
One of the
man.
main characters was homeless. Like, it was such a good. I grew up on it. They don't have the rights to Kermit the Frog anymore. Like Disney has Kermit, so he's not allowed to be in Sesame Street. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So did they write him off the show? Did they kill him off?
Killed him
There was
off.
this whole death scene.
Kermit died in a drive-by.
No, because he was a journalist in the Sesame Street world, so he's blown up in like a car accident in Malta.
This is
remember
gentrified.
Kermit sent to the gulag.
Oh yeah.
Kermit's legit sent to the gulag in the second Muppets movie.
Yeah.
Kermit had to get a job
because his brother, there's a Kermit the Frog lookalike that ends up committing crimes in Russia, and then Kermit goes to Russia.
Is that evil
and they
Kermit
arrest him.
from the meme?
No, this is really the plot of
the
the
second
movie.
Muppets. Tina Fey plays a Russian gulag prison warden, I guess.
You mean the recent Muppet movies?
Yeah.
The only Muppet movie I've seen is the Christmas Carol one over and over again.
Yeah, it's quality film. And it was also the first one they did after Jim Henson died. So the whole film is just about like Jim Henson's dead and we're all sad. Look at these sad puppets. The new ones aren't good. The second one has some like decent like I don't know anti-European jokes, which I'm here for. Because the guy from Modern Family plays like a member of Interpol.
I really appreciate Eurosceptic Muppets.
Yeah. Because it's literally just like the one joke that I genuinely giggled at was like he's working with American Eagle on this case because American Eagle works for the CIA, obviously. And there's like
American Eagle, the company?
No, American Eagle, the Muppet character.
The blue one?
Wait, yeah.
Isn't he blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called American Eagle.
Sorry, my brain was in a much different spot right now. Exactly.
But he
Aeropostale
his name
has
is
defected.
Sam the Eagle, I think. Something like that.
It's Sam the Eagle.
Sam the Eagle is working with the guy from Modern Family who's playing like a French man. And
Who,
like
the dad?
yeah, the dad.
Yeah.
He's got a mustache.
Speaking of European culture, Modern Family.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh my God, yeah.
But like, yeah, I think the joke I genuinely laughed at was like, the car reveal of this incredibly tiny car that the guy owns, and he was like, "This is banned in most EU countries because it is too big." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, I'm for that." there's a European lobe in my brain that sees like a smart car and just goes, "Oh, I want that."
Have any of you driven in a smart car before?
No.
Nope.
Have you?
No.
I've been in the even smaller cars that you see in like Amsterdam. Do you remember that like startup company that was like trying to start here that like got immediately banned because
The Flintstones cars?
the little cars that I got in a fight with with a lady about
Yep.
because she said that I was being ableist
Yep.
because these cars that in no way benefit disabled people, apparently she was saying, or for disabled people.
Yeah, just blocks
A
the
woman who
streets.
lived in Georgia, not the country, bad Georgia,
Oh yeah,
was telling me what living in Berlin was like.
yeah.
So that was cool.
No, like those cars like blocked a lot of the street, and I'm sure that did not help anyone in a wheelchair.
You could easily just push them.
Oh yeah, but like those tiny cars, like something like them exists in Amsterdam because Amsterdam is just so like ridiculously tiny and knobbly, and like the streets were made for like one decrepit horse to walk through. Never mind like cars or stuff. I've been in one of those cars, and they're genuinely terrifying. Like it's fun, but it's like you feel like you're on the street. Just like driving because it just feels like there's nothing between you and the street, and it's like a stiff wind would kill all of us in like a fender bender. We would die. I've been in one of those, but not a smart car. Smart car is a bit too grand for my.
A little flashy.
I'm so sorry.
It's too yeah. I need my.
I feel like I haven't seen one in years, or is it just because
I guarantee we went outside right now, we would see one.
Yeah, I see.
I just feel that we've just
maybe
like
I've just stopped. I
little
think I
ones?
was really interested when they first.
The Americans are so
Streets.
offended by the concept of the smart car that whenever they see one, it's like no.
yeah. The thing that I
I
just
stomp my feet on the sidewalk.
I really appreciate the smart car for that exact reason of how much it triggers Americans, because it really is like it is a small car even in European standards, and Americans legitimately think that then like every car here is that size, and like even smart cars here are small in the street, which just shows that then like no, like even we think that they're ridiculous, but yeah,
Germany does have like a
car obsession.
yeah, like an SUV kind of culture as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You see it more.
It's
as like a
Diet America, baby.
Yeah, but it's also like big car land. Just like the thing they have like to be proud of is like we make all the cars.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm gonna eat my pad thai.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the movie we're going to go watch?
Oh yeah, I'm so excited.
We can't
We
spoil
can't
too
spoil
much.
anything. I don't like how do you spoil a movie you haven't seen yet?
We can't spoil our appetite for the episode.
No, of course not. But I'm just gonna talk about that. I'm excited.
Okay.
Do they know which movie it is?
No.
No,
Who's
They
gonna
do,
say it?
actually. I tweeted it out yesterday.
Fucking little.
That's fine. Good. Don't follow us. Don't follow me on Twitter unless your name's Ulf Polshot and you tweet at me. That melted my brain today a lot.
Wait, what?
So 1 second. I'm gonna take a swig of water.
Ulf Polshot loves Nick.
Who's this?
Oh,
This is the
editor-in-chief of
editor-in-chief of Welt.
Yeah.
Okay.
He follows me on Twitter.
He thinks Nick is, quote, the streets. And is always curious about what he's saying on Twitter because he wants to know what the kids are up
always
to.
is in my replies on like very bizarre things. So I put up my
He's a blue check account.
Yeah.
He has like 900 followers. And for whatever reason, Nick is just
900 followers.
He has like 900. He's following 900
he's
people.
like 300,000
But you are the
followers.
star in the night, shining brightest.
Yeah.
He, the three wise kings, being like, "Fuck, what's going on in the
Exactly.
streets?"
Yeah. I am the star over Bethlehem for Ulf Polshot. So yeah. So the editor-in-chief of Welt saw my post of my like Spotify wrap up, and so one of the genres, yeah, it was today, the 1st of December, and so he saw my list, and he was, and one of the genres I guess was drill, and he's like, "Oh, UK drill?" ? And then like sends a
Old
GIF.
person
So
gift.
he's a legit reply guy.
He's my reply guy.
That's like
It's beautiful. And then so he said, I'll show you the GIF. It is a bunch of guys in ski masks and balaclavas, doing gang signs and cool shit.
You show her a picture of
what?
Yeah. This is Ulf. This is my dude. That's him.
Okay. Okay.
And then so we end up in like a back and forth thing. So he was like, UK drill. I'm like, yeah, and lots of Chief Keef. And then he's like, drill is my number one, and then sends me a picture of his top artist this year was Drake. And that then his number one genre was drill. And I believe him. So then my goal in life now is to get Ulf to drive me around town at least once in one of his Porsches. I think he even has a couple of Ferraris too. But yeah, we'll just cruise around.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. And then I tweeted that Ulf and I will, wait a minute, I gotta find it again.
This man has a coffee table book of Porsche 911s, like just the model of car, just like pictures of it that you can buy that he published. And the front cover is just black with white big letters, 911. And I have to, for the life of me, I'm convinced several people in German bookshops picked that up and then put it down with a slight look of confusion on their face.
Yes. But, so I then retweeted his like drills number one thing, and I wrote then, Ulf and I are going to cruise around town bumping Digga-D together. And then he responds with what I assume is him like projecting who he wishes he was.
Oh, Ulf. Oh no.
And
He wants to be friends with you so much.
I will be friends with him. This is an
That's like-
invite on behind the paywall to Ulf
I've
Polshot.
only seen that kind of engagement like under the tweets of like very hot female comedians. So
Yeah.
Me.
that is
Exactly.
exactly.
Nick is the hottest name in women comics. right
Exactly.
now. I'm sorry, just knowing comedy would be such a bullshit thing, right? I was like, the number one female comedian is a guy. real steps forward in inclusiveness in the female comedy bracket this year.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking damn it.
So that was my Spotify wrap up thing. And I'm wondering at one point, is he going to slide into the DMs and be like,
House of Gucci is the 2021 America. Were you done?
yeah, I'm done.
Fuck you, Rob. We're gonna talk about our Spotify wraps up here, all right? Because my number one
I
most
didn't look at mine.
my number one listened to song this year was a death metal cover of Blue by Eiffel 65 by the Italian death metal group. I forgot their name again.
Flesh God Apocalypse.
Yeah, Flesh God Apocalypse. Yeah, who are, as you informed me, Nick, a staunchly anti-mafia Italian death.
They
metal
have,
group.
they're, like, no joke, like they have an entire EP about why the mafia is bad because they're from like Sicily or whatever, and they're like Yeah, it's just really funny of the sense that they're just staunchly they're the anti-corruption death metal band.
Yep. That's at the end. They're entirely funded by National Endowment for Democracy.
Yeah,
Like if they were an Eastern European
Screaming
band.
about how they need EU regulators.
Yeah.
They need EU watch groups.
But of course, in Italian
so-
excellence, they cover the Italian national anthem "Blue" by Eiffel 65.
Yeah, the best thing is the description of it on YouTube of Italian legends, Eiffel 65.
Yeah, because they are.
Yeah.
They totally manufactured band from Turin, Italy. Oh, I love it. It's so good. I was listening to it on the way here.
I think, yeah, that's probably what I could see being the thing you listen to most this year.
Yeah,
That makes
100%.
sense. It's just like a...
That.
Well, I was in the trenches listening to their Mafia EP.
Yeah,
which is actually just called the Mafia EP.
I was listening to a whole bunch of hyperpop, just a lot of trans teenagers screaming.
Did you notice that Spotify can't decide what genre hyperpop is?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They give every band and song 20 genres or so. And
Yeah.
it's about crossover more than anything. If you listen to two songs that have been called indie, even though they have a different sound, they'll be oh, these are the two things your two songs have in common, so you like indie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got a genre that popped up called glitchcore, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, that's just hyperpop.
Mine
Yeah.
said bubble grunge.
That's sick.
I don't know
Yeah,
what that
let's
is.
go. Let's fucking go.
I'm surprised that I can't just decipher what hyperpop is though, because that would be a better overarching term than just
I thought glitch was an old term.
glitch is an old term. That's the
I
thing.
know it from the Glitch Mob. You ever listen to them?
Oh, I remember Glitch
Yeah.
Mob. Yeah. There was a
That was
period
the thing I got so confused when I looked at it. I'm like, what the fuck is glitchcore? And I'm like, oh, it's all the trans teenagers I've been listening to that are just screaming into a microphone.
rhyming words like poppers and poggers together, and I'm like, sick.
Yeah.
What's that great line? Let's do things that straight people will infringe upon. Good quality line. Let's do things that straight people will infringe upon. Let's do things that will get us in cringe comps. So my top genres were, without surprise, math rock, punk, hyperpop, post-hardcore, and new metal. Number 5.
Hell yeah. Let's get it. Yeah.
A lot of crossover between those 5 categories. I'm very happy with myself.
I gotta say too, something I've noticed of a lot of the younger artists is that they're very smart in the sense of getting you to give them a lot of plays because they make their songs so short.
Yes, yeah. There's whole genres that have just grown up in the economic reality that is Spotify. It's genuinely ridiculous and terrifying. There's some good Baffler articles about it that I can't quite recall the points or theses from, so I'll shut up now. But I just want to show Flesh God Apocalypse, Blue. Brackets Stabba-dee-ba-da-die. No, sorry. So the cover is blue turns red.
How do you see your top genres?
It's if you go into Spotify, it should come up with a.
I got to go through this story thing.
Yeah, you can click through. You'll get to it
click through.
eventually.
I got to go to the last one.
Yeah, well, it also
Not the very last
It's also
one.
the little video one, so you might not.
Oh yeah, the video thing takes fucking forever
Yeah,
to go
It's
through.
pink, I think. The background is pink. Mine was.
What was your
My
colors
top
that
genre
you
is
got?
minimal techno.
Of course,
Your
it
top
was.
genre is minimal tech. How's that?
I listen to it to study, guys.
Oh, okay.
Boo.
Yeah.
Oh, but you fucking listen to chill lo-fi beats to study to and relax in.
No, I listen to tasteful minimal techno.
You're out there listening to YouTube live streams, and I'm there being real, listening to YouTube anime music videos of
That's right.
Naruto fight Rock Lee to
This
Disturbed.
sucks.
Mine is so normie.
Yeah.
That's not
My
true.
top genres. I'm really upset. I got death metal, southern hip hop, glitchcore, drill, and alternative metal, which is
Well,
yeah, I do listen to that. I didn't listen to anything I listened to that was really out of the box. I went out of my way to listen to on YouTube to avoid the Spotify algorithm. I know that that's not how it's supposed to work, but because I was so afraid of the end of the year of damn, the song slaps, but then I'm going to get my thing and I'm going to have a song that I've listened to 700 times. That's just bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want to be remembered of that.
Yeah, this will be put on your tombstone.
Yeah, exactly.
Here lies Nick, basic AF.
Yeah.
Boo.
Damn, that like weird TikTok song I heard slaps. Let's listen to it 1,000 times.
No, I love it. No, sorry. Spotify is a deeply, deeply evil company that largely like reversed what was a genuinely liberating moment for most musicians, which was the age of piracy, and then just managed to funnel all that money back into like the 3 record label companies that exist now. Because like, if anyone doesn't know, like the board of Spotify is mostly like Sony and Universal. Like they're just reaping the profits from all of this anyway. So boo. But I do love just getting the thing at the end of the year of just like, these are, so like, it's worth pointing out that my top 5 songs are not really in the genres that are my top genres.
Yeah, I had the same thing too.
Yeah. So it's a lot.
I had I think 4 Future songs and then a death metal song.
We'll get to him in a bit because he has an NFT now or something. He's got an.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's sick. My boy's cashing in.
Yeah, but like,
No, he just bought the like main one, the one that was like really expensive.
That's the hilarious thing, to buy the most like
The most normie
the most
one.
expensive. Are they angry apes? They're chill
yeah,
apes.
Angry Apes.
Yeah,
The most expensive angry ape, because that's like, you know,
that's a rap flex. Yeah,
Well, a lot of like rappers are like, this is the coolest thing you can own, and they're like, all right,
yeah. When's like,
I'm gonna buy the
when's a
the
rapper just gonna like
$17
drop the
million
line of like
NFT?
30K on an angry ape?
Yeah, because like that would be an improvement of every one of his songs, which is just my understanding is like I do cocaine and cheat on everyone I date.
No.
Okay,
You have the wrong idea.
He's
of
sad
Future.
about it.
He's
Okay,
sad.
that's why it's good. That's why it's good, Kieran, because he's sad.
Future songs legit are
He
like.
has an amazing voice. I will listen to that man be unfaithful
Yeah,
for hours.
Not even that he's
Listen to him
unfaithful.
read
It's the
the
fact that
dictionary.
he just like it just one line will be like, "Damn, I'm having a hard time," and then the very next line will be like, "Just whipped the Rari, got dome in like the car or whatever, like high off this lean or whatever."
Rip the Ferrari, got dome and guitar. I don't know. I can't rhyme.
Yeah, no. Neither Future actually. The thing that's even the best about him is that he doesn't rhyme half his shit half the time. It's great. It's
his
good.
voice is amazing.
Yeah, it's auto-tune, baby. Oh, I love it.
God damn it.
I listened.
Sleeping with every woman I want to has made me sad. Time to do cocaine.
Yeah, but then he sings about how he doesn't want them drugs no more. But a lot of the drugs, just he can't kick
I
it.
slept with a ton of women.
Yeah, and then
now I'm doing cocaine.
And I can't stop buying jewelry.
Give me 1,200 helicopters.
I've mentioned this in private 1,000 million times before. Of that, the best lyric ever in music is this. Which, one second, give me why won't my phone work? Lyrics. Right. I'm not going to cut any of this out. You're going to have to stick with me, listener.
I was gonna tell Kieran about so Future had a son with Ciara, everyone remembers.
My goodies.
Yeah.
My goodies.
But
my goodies.
Future,
My goodies.
I mean, I'm sure he deserved it, but they broke up, and now Ciara's married to or just with Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, and he's raising the son. And the son calls Russell Wilson dad. So Future,
What does he call Future?
he doesn't
Papa?
talk. He doesn't
My
talk. I
son
think the
don't
Future doesn't
call
get
me
to.
dad.
He's
I
sad
fucked
that
12
his
women to get over it at once. I'm doing cocaine.
Yeah. So
I
exactly.
can't do his voice, which would be funnier if I said these things in his voice. But one, that would be racist, and two, I can't sing.
Autotune's not racist.
Genuinely upsetting to see you say this, actually.
Yeah.
It's like, Dad?
Yeah, I'm normcore Future.
Yeah.
I'm like Future settled down and got off the drugs.
So the greatest line ever in music,
Go for it.
ever in the thousands of years that humanity has been making music.
Yo, listen up.
Is-
Story.
All right. So dried. Wait, no, damn it! I don't need the annotations. Genius. Dried my eyes. Believe it or not, I could never see a tear falling, water dripping on me like a faucet. I just took a bitch to eat at Chipotle, spent another 60,000 on a rollie.
yeah, but he says it like Role.
Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna sing it out Future. What I can't. He's
If
an
I was
artist.
dating Future and he took me to Chipotle, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so fucking pissed.
But the best part about it too is something that Rob showed me. Like Rob one day was just like, dude, just like look at the comments on Future's YouTube videos, and it'll be like, because like this song is Codeine Crazy. Another song that he has pretty emotional is Perky's Calling, and there's just people like
he hears the Perky's calling, man.
I can hear the Perky's calling.
The drugs they speak to me are one of the worst X-Men.
No, the comments are very like. There's a lot of
super uplifting.
Lot of guys who are like, I'm 2 weeks sober.
I don't hear the Perky's calling no more.
But sometimes I'm challenged, and everyone's just like, keep your head up, like you're gonna get through this, and it's. None of them go to therapy, I'm sure. This is as the joke goes, but it's very supportive YouTube comment section.
There's something to be said about the atomization of society and like your emotional support group being a YouTube comment section underneath a rap video about taking a bitch to Chipotle. But frankly, we did not put any of the time or research into making that connection, that David Graeber ass fucking connection. But
how do I have a Marxist analysis of Future?
I mean,
and not the future.
No, pay me enough, I'll come up with it.
Yeah. Oh, the best
Mark Fisher. God damn it.
Yeah, but whatever.
Mark Fisher did that shit. If Mark Fisher was alive, he'd be talking about.
He would be talking about Future. He died far too early. Yeah. I do. The thing as well, speaking of then Future's many children and many baby mamas, was the greatest, one of the, greatest lyric of all time.
Yeah.
Codeine Crazy.
I did a Future and all I got was the meal deal at Chipotle.
Future wouldn't even like buy you like extra guacamole.
You're paying.
Yeah. You're paying the $2.50 for the guacamole.
I love you, babe, forever. But I spent my money on Percocet.
Yeah.
Can you pay for
BT
Chipotle
Dubs?
tonight?
Yeah, the best thing too is that like I'm too cheap to take this girl out. I just spent $60,000 on a watch.
Yeah. Well, that's why I can't afford Chipotle tonight.
Amazing. He's the best. But the best post ever on all time. This is even better than the drill post or whatever people always try to go. Is that Future on Mother's Day just tagged all of his baby mamas one year?
He had 7 different tweets.
Yeah.
I assume all the baby mamas.
Yeah, maybe there's more.
Some of them just don't have accounts.
Yeah. Yeah, true. One of them is really offline.
If I was a baby mama of Future, I'd probably stay off social media.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Probably smart. But yeah, and then like you could very clearly tell which ones he liked more than the others, because he's like, yo, so and so, you the realist, like this and that, and then another one's just like, yeah, like you good.
Best wishes.
Best wishes. Yeah. Mit freundlichen Grüßen. Zukunft.
God damn it.
In case you're curious, his tweet to Ciara was, "Happy Mother's Day, C. Baby Future is life. Appreciate you."
No.
Yeah, that's a best wishes.
She's not getting Chipotle. Wow.
No.
She's doing great. I'm sure Russell Wilson and her and Baby Future are very happy together. He's not taking any drugs, Russell Wilson.
That's the fucking colleague that writes like "Get well soon" on your birthday card going to the office. Like,
wait, isn't Baby Future Lil? Oh no, that's Baby Pluto's Lil Uzi Vert. That's it. Yeah, okay. I'm so excited for this movie.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna watch The House of Gucci.
House of Gucci.
Sorry, just House of Gucci, right?
Yeah, it's just House of Gucci, but
The House of Gucci.
The House of Gucci.
Directed by Ridley Scott.
You have to, yeah.
The controversial Ridley Scott.
Why is he controversial? That's the thing. Because he throws fits all the time online. Because he's like 80 years old.
Sorry, pulling up Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, horrible movie. Horribly racist movie, too. I rewatched it recently because I was just like... Because I've realized I'm my dad.
Dude, Prometheus was boring.
Prometheus sucked ass.
Yeah, Prometheus shit.
He had one good movie and has been coasting, which was Blade Runner.
Gladiator? Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but the first...
I get mixed up with Oliver Stone because they're just kind of melty old men.
Oh, no, but Oliver Stone is cool because he's absurd.
This Patreon money is going this month to a charity that stops old men from melting. It's a real problem when you get into the film industry.
Yeah,
Oliver Stone lives in. Does he live in Russia, or he just loves Putin?
he just loves Putin.
Yeah. Which is Ridley Scott could never.
So my favorite thing is like connecting it to the Spotify and the like new metal and stuff is the like rich and famous people of the US who are like, I love Putin, I don't live in Russia. Like this is just very like you are the one person, or like one of the few people who could just like get into any country and live there if they wanted to. With the exception of North Korea, which I'm very surprised more rich people aren't trying to do just because they're told they can't. Like, which I feel like is a big motivator for the pedophile stuff.
I think the one thing that people, especially celebrities, understand about North Korea is that, well, that's a lot of commitment. I don't want. I want to be seen standing a problematic fave, but I don't want to actually have to like. That's true, Dennis Rodman.
Oh God, Dennis Rodman's whole fucking his CNN thing of like, you don't know what's happening in there.
Just genuinely having like very historically accurate position about like how brutal the American troops were during the Korean
exactly.
War.
Dennis Rodman is the perfect celebrity though, in the sense that he endorsed Trump, loves North Korea. I'm pretty sure his opinions about Putin are probably also pretty pimp.
Yeah,
like
whatever. You say what you will about those political opinions, but I bet you he takes his women to somewhere better than fucking Chipotle.
He takes him to Qdoba.
He takes you to like a boutique fucking Mexican restaurant that's been in like the family's hands for several generations. They all know his name, and not because he's famous, just because he's such a good customer.
Actually, do you know what Dennis Rodman actually does?
Yeah, what does he do?
What?
Dennis Rodman will get people to recognize him in restaurants, apparently, allegedly.
Okay.
Order shots and then put it on their bill.
Yeah,
okay, that's great. That's how you use celebrity.
No,
and he gets like always like incredibly expensive alcohol. And he's like, oh yeah, you guys recognize me. We'll like order shots of like, like top shelf alcohol.
Yeah.
Be stoked and then leave and then not pay for it.
Who's gonna believe you? Who's gonna fucking believe you?
Yeah.
Doesn't Bill Murray do that, where he just like shows up at people's like weddings, or whatever? It's like no one's gonna believe you. I'm Bill Murray. I'm the Invisible Man.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman had a big turn. Like he had a suicide attempt, and afterwards was when he was like dyeing his hair and is like, I'm just not going to give a fuck. I was just reading it now. I don't know if you want me to read his interview, like his description. He wrote the note, went to the parking lot of the palace. He had a gun in his car, had in his hand, and he was playing music. I put it on and was listening to this song and this music, and I was just debating. And then he continues, and this song came on. It was Pearl Jam. Even flow and black and stuff like that. And the next thing you know, I fell asleep listening to Pearl Jam. Then I woke up and all the cops and everyone was there, and yeah. So Pearl Jam, even flow.
Pearl Jam saved a life.
They don't tell you when you become a dad is that you can just like get your baby to go down by playing some
Pearl Jam.
Some Pearl Jam. Yeah, I'm trying to remember any Pearl Jam.
It was
song.
1993 to be.
Was there a Pearl Jam song called "Yeah"?
All right. Enough of that. It's based on the 2001 book, The House of Gucci, a sensational story of murder, madness,
I read the,
glamour, and greed by Sarah Gay Ford.
I want to read the future line in Pearl Jam voice.
I took a bitch to eat at Chipotle.
They have to stretch it out over like
Chipotle.
60
Oh God, Rob and I. Wait, speaking of like maybe the dumbest thing that has ever come out of our mouths yesterday.
We're giving a whole episode to House of Gucci. We can be derailed.
Yeah, Rob and I.
This is what the real heads expect from a Josie Parkinson episode.
I'm not talking.
Exactly. Expect Josie to talk.
Yeah, Rob and I.
Jump in here. What do you know about Pearl Jam?
Every time I come on this podcast, there's somehow everything I've never heard of.
Josie is here to learn.
I have something to ask Josie about. I just noticed you have skeleton earrings.
Yeah, I have skeletons dangling from my ears.
Yeah.
How does that go with the outfit? I'm aware that you
death.
Oh, I thought you were like giving her. I thought we were
talking to all the microphones. All right.
No.
Yeah. Got the 3D experience.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nick panned this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be like a producer in the 70s when stereo is the thing they just figured out, and you just have like, oh god, some of those albums are so.
The best use of stereo was Switchfoot, Meant to Live. Have you ever listened to that song?
What?
That was great. They were like a Christian rock band.
Yeah. Wait, you need to show me the song afterwards. But then, so yesterday Rob and I recorded, and he just starts putting on Matchbox 20, and then just makes the most ridiculous comment of like, "Damn, this sounds like some Turk Vision shit."
It does sound like Turk Vision.
We watched Turk Vision. He knows now.
What is Turk Vision?
So it.
Stop saying things I don't know.
Josie. In Eurovision, there's this system called the Big Five, which allows five countries, including the UK, to go automatically to the final.
Okay.
When this was announced, Turkey got pissed and left Eurovision in 2012 and started.
They said that Eurovision was also sponsored by the Gulen movement.
Yes. It's too Kemalist, it's pro-Kurdish. And started their own thing called Turk Vision, which is a Eurovision-style contest for all the Turkic ethnicities of the world. So it really does feel like there's like a blood quote.
It's like the Turkic diaspora too. Like Germany has an entry.
Germany has an entry, but also then there's this like Gagauz, the southern region of Moldova that has like a Turkish ethnicity.
There are like 50,000, like an autonomous city in
like
Russia.
Autonomous republics.
With 50,000 people, and
Russia,
they send
like
a representative to Turk Vision.
The Ogyuts, the Turkmens, but also the Turkmens that are in Iraq also get an entry. And apparently, according to Rob, it sounds like Matchbox 20.
Just they fit in.
So then, Rob and I had this, idea going back and forth of what if Matchbox 20 was Turkish?
Yeah,
it'd be a big get for Turk Vision.
Oh, it'd be such a big get.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rob Thomas is Turkish.
Rob Thomas.
So they hosted on New Year's, and we're probably going to watch it.
I really can't describe the feeling of having you look me in the eyes as you explain Turk Vision to me.
The important thing is that we're going to
you're getting experience that hundreds of listeners stream out, Josie.
POV, I've cornered you at a bar and I'm explaining. I have zero sexual interest in you. I'm just explaining Turk Vision.
It's the meme of like, they don't know that I'm obsessed with Turk Vision.
I forgot what it's like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I've just like spent recently I've been the most intense person in the rooms I've been in, and so it's a blast.
So this is a relief.
Back with the Späti boys.
This is a reprieve.
Yeah.
You're thankful.
Relieve you of your duty.
Chill.
Yo, Thanksgiving was last week, and I'm thankful for Ciarán being on one all the time.
We haven't even talked about the iCarly stuff.
What iCarly stuff?
Sorry, that's right.
Ciarán wishes there was an iCarly level of video essay about the Bosnian pyramids.
I do. I've watched about 11 hours of iCarly video essay content on YouTube, and this is a gap in the market for Bosnian hoteps.
Well, I don't understand how these are
someone at the door.
connected.
Someone at the door. Who's going to get it? Nick, can you get it?
No.
He's going to get it.
I don't know if I want to ask what the connection is between Bosnian hoteps and iCarly, because you're just going to tell me.
There is none.
I'll find one. She's
I think it's just next to the light in the hallway. People get confused.
There's simply no time to explain the iCarly stuff on the podcast, but I will.
So what? How did the skeletons fit in with the outfit? Can we go back?
So
you have an elaborate
the
outfit.
Listeners don't know that. For the film, there's a dress code which is "What does Gucci mean to me?" That I've told everybody who's attending the film to adhere to, and so far the only person who's made an effort is me and slightly Rob.
I was not told.
It was implied.
Was it?
I feel like I sent hysterical texts to everybody I know saying the dress code is "What does Gucci mean to me?"
The important thing that we all learned from this situation is that Josie does look phenomenal, and I actually have holes in my shoes. My €14 decathlon shoes.
Oh.
I'm going to buy you. You, me, and Angela Merkel are going to go on a shopping spree to the Nike store.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
I did.
This like bizarre video of Merkel like just walking into the Nike store.
No.
Yeah.
What she's going to do with it? She's going to become a hype beast in retirement.
Yeah.
She's going to start dating Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next move.
Yeah. It's just what they all do.
Yeah, first Kim K, now Angela Merkel.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pete Davidson 100% like. Wait, is he the one? Wait, doesn't Pete Davidson have a Hillary Clinton tattoo?
He does.
What?
He has a
No.
Hillary. He has a face of Ruth Bader Ginsburg with the crown, like the
Christ.
Biggie crown, because it's notorious
that makes
RBG.
Yeah, he would
and I
be.
believe he has a
Does that make
Hillary.
you not want to date him?
He has a Hillary
That's the only thing.
in
That's
letters,
the
I
line.
believe. Something Hillary related spelled out.
I'm with her. Yeah.
It might literally be.
Yeah, he also has "Wir schaffen das" tattooed on his stomach, like Tupac. An old English, an old German script.
I'm looking forward to just like manosphere Twitter, like the like pickup artists and stuff, just like posting pictures of him dating Angela Merkel and be like men used to look, like strong, and they used to complain that they're not with Angela Merkel.
Yeah, they don't understand the thing that the most masculine thing in Germany is just being tall, lanky, and having the tiniest glasses.
Yes.
No one has been able to explain the tiny glasses to me.
But like when you see them, you black out and you just become like a Looney Tune. The eyes pop out of the head. A wooga.
I already had a theory that like, as in, the further east you go, the smaller the glasses get. And then I saw a tiny toddler with the tiny glasses. And I was like, why would you purposely make the child look like he has a giant like brick head? I don't know what the...
There's no aesthetic rationale for the toddler. They should have like a HUD, like they should have like a screen so you can see everything. I guess the tiny glasses, you don't want to cover up your
the world's
face.
new to them. You just like drink.
Yeah, there's
pretty
no
helpful.
explanation for the tiny glasses. It's just a phenomenon that exists. It's like German men's ideas of masculinity is backwards from everywhere else in the world. We're like, it's the coolest guy is tall, lanky, has like, no fat on his body whatsoever. Maybe also no muscle either. The smallest little glasses. Wears like these shoes that look like they were made by like elves in the forest somewhere. They're like not quite like Birkenstocks,
Speak
but
on
they
it.
like are.
No, but Birkenstocks are too basic.
Exactly. Yeah. So these are like made in like they look like they're like a little elf cobbler made.
It's like a small town in the Schwarzwald just dedicated
Exactly.
to these shoes. Yeah.
But like pants and shirt combination that don't match, and then when he like works out, lycra, because his only method of working out is just biking for incredibly long distances. And being a dick about it too. Like, if you ever notice when you ride your bike in Berlin that the ultimate sign of being masculine is how fast can I go on flat ground? Which is like not a flex at all. It's incredibly easy. And dudes just like zooming by, lycra on, looking hot. Their bike is like the price of like, 2 smart cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the best is when you see a whole family out and the dad is just like
They destroyed his partner and children.
yeah, like his wife is there with like just like like the German words are like what Hollandrad, just like the like cruiser, like nice bikes or whatever.
Yeah.
Kids on his little bike and the dad's like lycra'd out racing bike,
Yeah.
like a €7,000 specialized bike.
This gets.
He like just got into this hobby 2 months ago.
But I feel like this loops back around to the like ideal demographic for the Greens, which is yummy single dads from Prenzlauer Berg. Because
Well, that's a different, that's a slightly different level of
different.
swag, yeah. But you're on tiny glasses, maybe a little bit more muscle on their bones.
This guy has the family, and then when he gets divorced and becomes the single dad,
Yeah, exactly.
the
And like,
transformation begins.
yeah, so then when you move like over to Friedrichshain, the demographic, like the archetype stays more or less the same. Little like,
I can go get one right now. If you
yeah, little things of it change. So it's like the guy he'll have like an aesthetic, like the lycra will still be there a lot of the times.
Of course, it's always on a team.
Yeah. But then it'll be like the
Ready to go.
Lastenrad, which is the bike with the
cargo bike.
the cargo bike that we talked about multiple times before, and then sometimes dreadlocks, like beard, looking like a little bit like granola with it, but not too much, and then maybe like
little bit granola with it is
Tastefully
massive
granola
vibe,
with it.
Yeah.
I've not seen any. I think maybe a bit like I just don't really see cars. I don't see these men.
You will
around.
see. Like I
Yeah, it's
guarantee
because
you.
It's like when you don't notice pigeons as like
Yeah.
wild
Yeah.
animals.
Okay.
They are wild
Yeah.
animals, but you're just so used to it.
Exactly.
They're
When
too
we
fast.
walk to the when we walk to the station, we will see one of these guys. And the thing is that they have the vibe of like, oh wow, they're like really chill, but they're like like quite well off. The fact that they can afford a €6,000 Lastenrad is insane, which is a massive tax break in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but only after the fact.
But still, the general, like, while the tiny glasses are like the normie masculine aesthetic, the general sense of like the like eco green kind of aesthetic is a weird German masculine thing. Cause like this whole like muscular like thing that's like being tried to like brought over by the US like doesn't work very well in Germany.
But it's still very paternalistic.
Absolutely.
It's like, I'm ecological because I'm going to take care of the planet. I'm going to take care of you, baby. I'm like that is the vibe. Like, yeah, like it is it's a very kind of, it is very wir schaffen das, ich schaffe das. Like, I have this. I'm in control. I've got this. Like, kind of paternalistic energy.
Yeah, they're ISOing.
Yeah.
So how is your outfit related to Gucci?
Right, we're still talking about my outfit. Okay, well, okay, so
Can you tell?
We're wrapping up the episode here, so
okay.
we have to go soon.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh shit. I was the reason why it's related to Gucci is that this is the most elaborate thing that I own, which is a very recently purchased
Gucci
vintage like Angora. It has like the appearance of being like fur, but it isn't fur because it's made of polyester, and is extremely long, and I think at least 2 French women have died in it. Which is
they
what
speak
Gucci
to you
means
when
to
you
me.
wear it.
Yeah, it's got
Their spirits are with you.
And then I guess the skeleton earrings are memento mori, or they're just really big and gold, and I wanted to wear them. Explain your outfit for the listeners.
I just look like The Rock in that thing where he tells you to read.
Yeah,
with the turtleneck and chain.
Who you wearing, Rob? You got Gucci.
I don't know. I
Gucci
thought it was I tried to look a little like Adam Driver, but I think he's not wearing
he wears a turtleneck. There's a lot of turtleneck.
There's a lot of turtlenecks
yeah,
without chains.
Yeah,
exactly. But my glasses are broken,
sort of
so I couldn't wear my glasses. And like Adam Driver, I also am tempted by treacherous small women, like Lady Gaga.
Oh man,
they'll murder you for your inheritance.
I would be okay if Lady Gaga murdered me for my money. I think that would be fine. Now that I think about it, I know nothing about the plot of this film.
That is the plot.
I've seen the trailer a million times, like truly a million times, and I've screamed every time I've seen it. But all I've retained is the accents and the clothes, and the Lady Gaga's in it.
The racism.
That's all I'm willing to.
Yeah.
The things that appeal to me, the anti-Italian rhetoric of this thing. I
have synesthesia actually. When I hear Lady Gaga talk, she sounds Swedish.
She sounds Russian to me.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't investigated this, but I heard from someone that apparently that's how Patrizia Gucci talked, and I've refused to investigate this because I believe in Gaga. I believe she's done her due diligence in her research.
I love it. I'm so ready.
I'm so excited to see Jared Leto in his slightly older man costume.
Oh,
he's 49.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I love just the fact that
Jared Leto is 49.
Right. I love the fact that Jared Leto just covers up that he isn't a good actor by just transforming himself. It's beautiful. And I don't think anyone ever has actually said, like, the phrase, wow, Jared Leto's a great actor, has actually never been uttered by anyone. No publication, no one just casually being like, wow, you know who I really want to see in this movie? Jared Leto.
He just wears outfits, which is incredible. Like, I think what's also kind of amazing about this role is that he has taken a part from an older, schlubbier man. It's like,
so we have
these
no
people,
reason
not
to
white melty men in Hollywood.
Yeah, it reminds me of the I saw this on Twitter the other day. Laurence Olivier. This was said to Dustin Hoffman by Olivier. Hoffman was on the set of Marathon Man, and that he'd gone 3 days without sleep in order to become his character. And Olivier says, "My dear boy, why don't you try acting?"
Yo, that actually, like, all right, yo, to be very fair, like, the thing I find that is the most annoying thing about Jared Leto is that then his, like, yeah, okay, I get there's like people who like get into the role, but like Jared Leto just is like what was the shit with the Joker? He was like mailing people like
piss,
yeah. Like Jared Leto's just a creep and then just like pretends it's because he's an actor.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Yeah,
he's not a good one either, which is the best part of it. Again, the phrase, "Oh, I'm so excited for this Jared Leto movie," has never been uttered by anyone.
I have a
Teenage girls who like 30 Seconds to Mars.
Those don't exist anymore.
yeah.
It's
No, I think they did at one
2021. What year do you
They're
think it
making a
is?
comeback.
Like 2010, where that band is still
2007.
yeah, true. 2010 's still too late,
too late,
for,
yeah.
for 30 Seconds to Mars.
It is.
Very much a MySpace era band.
They were like the tail end of
Yeah,
MySpace. Yeah,
but they still were. Yeah,
Well, but I'm going to watch a movie tonight, then make a decision. So
yeah.
maybe he's good.
just yell at the screen, play
Oh,
30 seconds. No, yeah, we're gonna yell that. We're gonna yell like Italian American voice, Mario voice. I'm gonna mention the Goombas. We talked about how I hate theaters.
Yeah, when you told me,
no, you're gonna love
We're
it.
gonna
It'll
get
be beautiful.
turned
did
up.
I tell you that it's 2 hours 38 minutes?
Hell yeah! All right, and
Passage.
on that,
Neukölln.
on that
If you're
note,
listening
On
to
that
this, you
note,
can
we have to
find
leave.
us.
I've got to go.
Yeah,
We're taking all our bitches to Chipotle.
all of them. They may have to pay for
Them
themselves
buying
though.
a Rolay. Thanks for the Patreon money.
Alrighty.
We have anything to promote? You're going to be back on the show in
Yeah,
2
I'll
weeks.
see you in
but
a bit.
It's going to be 2.5 weeks ish.
2.5 weeks?
We're banking it.
Yeah,
It's for later.
The
This
one
is-
that we record on Friday.
It's for
okay.
2 weeks. Yeah.
this will come out on Friday. But yes.
So,
All right. Well, can't
so
wait.
is there anything in the next 2 weeks?
In memoriam.
Doing anything
Josie
before?
Yeah, please attend my funeral. It's going to be huge.
No. We're gonna play the. It'll be the
Jared Leto's
rendition.
performance was so breathtaking.
No. It'll
It
be the-
literally took your breath and you asphyxiated.
It'll
I
be the
might
rendition
die. I
of
might die in House of Gucci.
what's the song in the trailer?
My grandma
Fuck,
always said
goddamn
that-
it.
Oh, it's Heart of Glass.
Exactly.
By,
Yes.
It's a remake of Heart
exactly.
of Glass.
It's
by Blondie.
the remake of Heart of Glass is what's just gonna be playing nonstop during your funeral.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
My grandma.
Sung by me though.
I don't. I
On top
remember
of it.
being like
Actually-
a kid, and my grandma being like, "I want to drop dead at a party because that'd be pretty good. The best way to go out." And I was just like, "But that'd be really sad for everyone at the party."
Always
I would be
grandma.
okay
So-
with dropping dead in House of Gucci.
Yeah.
And then if you sing Heart of Glass a cappella at my funeral, please,
Yeah.
that would be great, please.
I'm with Mamo Rob here about like, yeah, just drop dead in a party and then just like play every like spooky epic cover of an 80s song that Lorde did and just like yeah.
When I die, bury me inside the Gucci store.
Ooh.
Bury me in
Ooh.
all my Gucci.
That is in fact a 2 Chainz line.
Yeah.
So
Sell my organs. Everything on the inside for Gucci.
yeah.
It's all about what's on the outside.
Yo, I want to be taxidermied, but with Gucci inside. All right. On that
Okay.
note, we're gonna go ruin our brains with this movie.
Yes.
See you all very soon.
Ciao,
Thanks,
Bellas.
Josie.
Ciao.
Ciao!